that.
His Excellency. Oh. I told you people that you might decide to.
Of Ekiti State, His Excellency Fayemi, present, special members of the press observed. Honorable Minister, you are playing host a courtesy visit to afford him the opportunity leading usual democracy dividends to the Honorable Minister, sir.
I understand your
this afternoon to be here to see the Honorable Minister for Trade and Investment. Seeing him is not exactly unfamiliar terrain to me. I was saying to some people here shortly a while ago that I can't be in a hurry when the minister was busy, because I have to be patient, because if I'm not patient, he might decide to put me on detention or suspension. Anyone who is familiar with Christ School at Ekiti would know what detention and suspension mean in Christ School times. The minister was my senior in school, so I am delighted and proud to be here this afternoon to congratulate him, really, for being saddled with this onerous responsibility of pushing the trade and investment agenda for our country within the transformation framework of Mr. President's plans for his new tenure in office. Anyone who knows the importance of trade and investment will know that this is the most important ministry in Nigeria today. If we're to make a breakthrough that is fundamental and enduring in a much more sustainable manner. Yes, oil is important, but everybody talks about diversification. Everybody talks about backward integration. All of us wants to see Nigeria grow in a developmental sense, and the way to do it is via trade and investment, in my humble opinion. And that's why we're here. We're also in Ekiti State pushing the investment envelope in a much more serious way. The Honorable Commissioner for Commerce and Industry was supposed to be here with us, but he had to leave. But he had been, he was in the ministry yesterday to sit down with the permanent secretary here and discussed extensively on some of the issues that I've come to raise with the Honorable Minister. And the Honorable Minister has always been gracious to also even push these issues with me in an unsolicited manner. And then when he calls me to say, what are you doing about this and what are you doing about that and how can we assist you? So for me, he is passionate about the job he is doing, and he's also passionate about his adopted state, Ekiti State. We've labeled him as an Ekiti person, in addition to Lagos State, because he's also a Southwest minister, as well as a Nigerian minister. So for us, we are keen on a number of things. One relates to how to take advantage of our own comparative area, which is agriculture. We are developing an investment plan in the area of agriculture particularly, but also in the area of solid minerals. We've been in conversation with the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and the Governor of the Central Bank on this, on the NASOL initiative. And the things that are of critical importance to us, rice, cassava, oil palm, are things that we believe we can also benefit from the from the work that the Trade and Investment Ministry is doing. Incidentally, I walked in here and saw one of our people in the private sector who has been working with us on oil palm, the Indomie foods. And I was talking to them, what are you doing here? I said, well, we've just come to see the Honorable Minister on some of the same issues we're discussing with you in Ekiti. So I was glad that there's already some connecting chords in this relationship beyond what we already have. And I know that the minister has been talking about hubs, investment hubs, and I am hoping that we would be able to push for Ekiti to be the hub in the southwest for this drive. Of course, I know that is going to be tough, but we're committed in every way to, one, develop our enterprise development zones. We have enterprise development zones. We also have clusters, which are the vehicles for driving some of the initiatives we have. We have also recently set up an investment holding company in Ekiti State, where we're putting all of our initiatives that are private sector driven and profit led. So for us, we need, of course, technical assistance. We need an awareness of the opportunities that exist via the federal authority, and we need information, a lot of information about the capital that is in existence. The ADB was with us just a couple of days ago, and they mentioned to us that a new initiative that the ADB is working with the Trade and Investment Ministry on via the Bank of Industry and Exim Bank, and we took a careful note of that in terms of further discussing how we can be a beneficiary of this new scheme that is likely to come up through the ministry. And I know that this is really the way to go. If we do not promote investment and trade, ultimately we cannot continue to depend on federal allocation. We have an agenda to reduce our dependence on federal allocation significantly. We're not making a gigantic progress yet, but we have doubled our internally generated revenue in the short space of coming into office, and our vision is to even do a lot more, from about 109 million per month to 380 million, and we're still headed in the direction of $1 billion in a month. Before, I think our target is June next year, so we believe that we would reach that target and would also be able to build on it, and we can use that resources to further push the investment and trade envelope. I want to reiterate our support and solidarity to the work of the ministry, and I want to thank you for all the support you rendered to us in Ekiti. In the short space of our working together, whilst you were still in the Federal Ministry of Finance, we know that we can count on you at all times to provide us with the vehicle and the avenues for entrenching a trade and investment culture in our state and in our sub-region, because one of the other things that we're passionate about, which we're doing now, is driving a regional integration development strategy, which we have been saddled with the responsibility of acting as secretariat for that in our own sub-region. So for us, there are lots of opportunities out there that we want to tap on, and we believe when opportunity meets capacity, the result is likely to be productivity. So we know with you here and with us in Ekiti, we can work together to reach a greater height, both for ourselves and for our country. Thank you very much for having me this afternoon.
Thank you very much. The close of the